Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and today we're going to be doing a 3-month general reading for Scorpio. So whenever I start a reading, the first thing I like to do is I like to smudge my area. Now I use white sage. I also have used cedar in the past and other forms of sage. Right now I'm really enjoying the benefits of white sage and I find it cleanses my area nicely. I do use a smudging bowl as well. You don't have to, but I find it's nicer to let the sage smoke in it for a little while. I also like to light a candle, kind of help draw in the spirit guides and set myself in a meditative, intuitive state. Now I usually use purple or blue. You don't have to use either color. You can use plain white, whatever you feel. I just find for me, purple and blue really draw in the energies of meditation and intuition very well. Then I set out my crystals. The first one is jet. This is a great crystal for protection and healing. And I find it helps create a really safe energy atmosphere to prevent negative energies from entering my readings. I like to use sodalite and blue kyanite to help connect me to my spirit guides and my own personal intuition. I find the energies from these guys really connect with my third eye chakra and my spirit guides. Rose quartz is something I keep on hand at all time. The reason for this is this really connects to my heart chakra. It also really connects to that love energy, which is something you want in any reading that you're doing, in any sort of meditation or any spiritual thing that you're embarking on. You want a lot of love and positivity. Lastly, I use citrine. Now citrine is really good, I find, for meditation. So if you're trying to get yourself into a meditative, grounded, non-distracted state, I find the energies of citrine are really, really good for that. So the two decks that we're going to be using today are the Robin Wood deck, which was given to me by a friend of mine. This is a fantastic deck for tarot readers of all stages, but especially for beginners. If you like something that's aesthetically pleasing, it'll definitely appeal to you in that manner, but it's also really simple to read and understand and follow along with. So it's definitely one that I recommend you pick up if you're learning how to read tarot. The other deck I'm going to be working with is the Santa Muerte Oracle card deck. This is a new deck that I just got. I've been wanting it for a while. It's a really, really beautiful deck. The pictures are absolutely gorgeous. Now it is a little bit more complicated to understand. It's a little bit more complicated to work with, but if it's something that you're passionate about, I highly recommend using it. It has a matching tarot deck as well, and those two together, you can do some pretty awesome readings with. So I'm going to take a moment to invite the spirit guides to join us, and we'll get started with this reading. Thank you. All right, now that we've invited our spirit guides in, I'm going to give the deck a really good shuffle, and I'm going to pull the cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one card for the beginning of January and one card for the end of January, and so on and so forth. Now, when I pull cards, everyone has their own way of doing it. I personally like to give a good shuffle, take a minute, close my eyes, feel out my intuition, spread the deck out, and then pull whatever card seems like it's calling and drawing to me. By no means is that how you should do it. It's just the way that I find gives me the most accurate readings. So let's go. All right. We've got the Five of Swords, the Justice card. We've got the Nine of Swords and Temperance, Queen of Cups, and Six of Swords. All right. So we've got the beginning of January starting off a little bit rocky. It seems like one of three things is happening. Either you're going through some kind of internal battle or struggle. I think loss of the old negative ways and bad habits that maybe you had fallen in a rut or gotten trapped in. And now you're in this place where that energy is fighting against this new positive and light energy. It could also be that somebody has wronged you, whether it be a business partner, a friend, a lover, a parent. Somebody has done something to you to cause you pain and hurt and to make you feel like maybe the situation was unfair or you were manipulated or the outcome wasn't balanced. Or it could be that you've done something to somebody else that was unfair. And you know that maybe you manipulated the situation in a way that you shouldn't have, or you did something that you know you just shouldn't have done. And so now you're facing that in the beginning of 2019 and trying to figure out how to fix that. What I can see is that you are able to come to a resolution. Whether it's you are able to realize the steps you need to take to shed this old negative self, or the person who wronged you is able to make an atonement, or you are able to make an atonement. But with the Justice card here, it shows me that there's going to be balance, that fairness is going to come back into play, that somebody's going to have to pay the piper, and it's going to be a little uncomfortable, but at the end there will be a positive resolution. Now I am wondering where the Five of Swords comes from, so I'm going to pull a clarifier for that. So we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. So for me, what the Nine of Wands symbolizes is that there was some negative energy that kind of overtook 2018. There was a lot of waiting for the other shoe to drop, a lot of internal and emotional struggles. Seems like maybe there was a lot of kind of warfare. You never knew what was going to hit you next. And it just kept continuing that way. There was never really a chance for resolution or clarity or peace or like a ceasefire. Like the struggles just kept building and building and building until they kind of overfell into 2019. And so now we're seeing this resolution come forth from what was kind of started in 2018. Now, what I do see is in 2019, we have the Nine of Swords and Temperance. So what I'm seeing is like fleeting stress, maybe some sleepless nights, some worry, some concern. What I'm thinking here is that the process of clearing out the negative energy and the unhealthiness from 2018 isn't going to be just a bed of roses that you can't just snap your fingers and it's done. It's going to take some time, it's going to take some effort, and there's going to be some uncomfortability, and there's going to be maybe a little bit more stress and a little bit more worry. If it's an internal struggle that you're going through, I get the sense that it's going to be a bit of a painful process because it's never easy shedding old values. If it's an atonement that you have to make, again, it's going to be a bit of a painful process because owning up to wrongs and mistakes can sometimes be very difficult and challenging. But it's not a permanent thing. It's not a permanent stress. It's not a permanent negativity. It's a pretty fleeting one. And with that comes temperance, where fairness and balance come back into order. This positivity and light comes back into your life. Things start to improve. They're up on the upswing, and you're moving on to brighter and better things come March. So remember, there is going to be some discomfort in the beginning of January. You are going to get a chance to have that discomfort resolved. There will be a little bit of uncomfortableness coming through in the beginning of February, but moving on throughout the rest of February and into March, you're facing a lot of positivity, a lot of light, a lot of vibrance, a lot of happiness. So moving on into March, what we get is the Queen of Cups, goodness, and the Six of Swords. Now, I personally really love this card. The Queen of Cups signifies all things loving and motherly and protective and safe and secure. So it looks like you're going to be moving into a time of love and light, protection, safe, security. I would say it could be that there's a person coming into your life that's going to create this atmosphere, or it might just be an atmosphere that you have figured out how to create for yourself, how to grow for yourself and foster in your life. Along with that is going to come some time of introspection, of getting away. Now, it could mean that you go on vacation, it could mean a move, a change of place, but it also signifies to me it's more on a spiritual and internal. You take some time to kind of check out from the world. You take a break from the world. You take a breather from the world to kind of look inward, reconnect to yourself, and ground yourself spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. I want to pull a clarifier to see how this is going to resolve itself out. How will the Six of Swords resolve itself out in 2019? Let's see. All right, so we actually have two cards here. The first one being the Strength card, which to me shows that you're going to need to call on all of your inner power, all of your mental and emotional strength to manifest and foster this positive, happy result. Coincided with the Four of Cups, which to me always symbolizes the search for inner truth, the search for inner knowledge, for the real truth, a break from the world, introspection, kind of a disillusionment with what the world is offering, and a looking to higher forces and higher ability. So what I see overall for you guys in the next 3 months is you're going to go through a period of discomfort, pain, some suffering. It's not going to be the most pleasant, but you are going to have a chance to positively resolve that. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a little bit of time, but then you're going to move into this time of just loving yourself, loving the world, loving the people around you, spreading light and positivity, spreading happiness and goodness with everyone around you, getting to know yourself better, grounding yourself better, and being able to really live up to your true worth and potential in this year of 2019. You know, pulling on this strength and this introspection and this time of growth. Now, the last thing I want to do is I want to pull a oracle card to see if there's any messages for you. So we have the Fraternity, which makes perfect sense with what your reading's telling me so far, which is this. You are going to go through this time of growth, and it's painful because growth can be painful. To get you to a place where you can reconnect with the world, reconnect with others, and start making a difference and doing some pretty fantastic collaborations with other human beings. We are not meant to be alone. And the Fraternity card stands for collaborating and doing amazing things with other people. So you're going to go through this period of struggle, but once that is finished, you're going to be able to do some pretty amazing collaborations. So thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. If you found this helpful, please share it with other Scorpios or cross-watchers. If you find someone, if you are a Scorpio and you think this would be helpful for someone in your life, please share it. I'm always open to comments and criticism and advice, so please leave a comment down below and have a blessed and lovely day. Blessings all.